Villisca Axe Murder House. Travelers with a penchant for the morbid would particularly enjoy a stay in this Villisca, Iowa, home where one of the most notorious crimes of the early 20th century was committed. On June 10, 1912, an unknown person brutally murdered the entire Moore family, 2 adults and 4 children, plus 2 additional children who'd been invited for a sleepover. An axe was the weapon of choice, and each victim was found tucked into bed with fatal head wounds. Understandably, this community of 2,500 was rocked by the violent and sudden loss of 8 of their own residents. Although the culprit was never brought to justice, the townspeople had many theories, ranging from an angered ex-business partner to a serial killer. Sadly, that question will probably never be definitively answered. The home has had a number of owners in the decades since the murders, many of whom renovated the property. In 1994, however, new owners elected to restore the house to its 1912 condition, removing plumbing fixtures, electricity and otherwise turning back the hands of time to the day the crime was committed. Said to be haunted, the site is available for daylight tours, as well as overnight stays, if you dare. Sadly, you can't sleep in one of the murder house beds, you'll have to bring a sleeping bag for your overnight visit. The cost is $428 for 1 to 6 people. Hotel Casinos. I'm all for functional art, but spending the night inside a giant colon sculpture is a little too much for me. No, I'm not kidding you. It really is a giant anus sculpture. And you can sleep inside it. For real. Those of you who always longed to become proctologists, but never quite made the trip to medical school, might especially enjoy a stay in this intestine-shaped building. The artistic creation of Joep van Lieshout, Hotel Casinos is located about an hour from Brussels, Belgium. If you're looking for glitz, glamour and exceptional comfort, save yourself the trouble and reroute to the local W. Casinos prides itself on being unpolished and contradictory, and features only a double bed and the most basic amenities. Thankfully, a toilet and running water are 2 of them. This exhibit-turned-hotel is truly a sight to behold, having left nothing to the imagination regarding the appearance of the body's most notorious organ. In fact, it features a puckered sphincter and bulging veins. I'm guessing it smells better than an actual intestine, otherwise the reviews would probably be much, much worse. While there's not much in terms of recreation, you'd probably shudder to imagine some kind of themed entertainment. The hotel is part of a sculpture park, and visitors enjoy taking in all the art under an unobstructed sky. Liberty Hotel. Forget Shawshank. Anyone with an interest in prison, but lacking the stomach for the standard variety should visit Boston's historic district for a test of both worlds. Formerly the Charles Street Gaol, the Liberty Hotel is the luxurious result of $150 million worth of purchase, construction and renovation expenses. Located in the Beacon Hill neighborhood of Boston, Massachusetts, the hotel traded cell bars for private in-room bars, and it's a safe bet that the furnishings are about 100 steps up from those the prisoners of yesteryear are given. Despite these improvements, the hotel is hardly designed to cover up its past. In fact, major efforts were taken to preserve the architectural and historic integrity of the building, which features original brick walls, prison bars and other mementos from its big house past. Rooms and suites are available for between $250 and $1,500 per night. Of course, a certain amount of irony had to be injected into the project, achieved by the name of the hotel itself. Betcha some former prisoners wouldn't find that amusing, as well as the on-site restaurant, Clink, and the former drunk tank-turned-bar, Alibite. Sea Ventures Rig Resort. What better place for avid divers to vacation than a venue completely surrounded by water? The brains behind the Sea Ventures Rig Resort knew what they were doing when they retooled an old oil rig into a stylish escape for dive enthusiasts. Situated in Sepatan, Borneo, Malaysia, the Rig Resort is located in prime dive country. In fact, it's right on top of the Coral Triangle, which is renowned for the nearly 600 species of coral and 2,000 types of coral fish found within its parameters. Divers actually access the awe-inspiring reefs using the rig's lift. Room packages typically include unlimited reef dives, but guests also can join boat groups to visit additional waters, which are known as some of the world's best for diving. An on-site game room for table tennis and pool, a restaurant and the rig's own house band, helmed by the versatile dive crew, round out the nightly entertainment. A nearby island is also accessible via boat should you want something different. Execution Rocks Lighthouse. A typical eastern seaboard lighthouse on its own is shrouded in mystique, what with all its jagged rocks, crashing waves and oppressive fog. Toss in a few sordid rumors, ghost stories and air mattresses and you have a tantalizing, historical and pretty creepy place for a sleepover. Such is the reputation for Execution Rocks Lighthouse, located on Long Island Sound in New York. An overnight stay at the Execution Rocks Lighthouse is a dream come true for history buffs who also like spookiness. In addition to being the site where a vicious serial killer named Carl Panzram once dumped his victims' bodies, it's also rumored to have obtained its name in a grisly manner. Legend has it that pre-Revolutionary War authorities routinely conducted executions by chaining people to the rocks surrounding the lighthouse at low tide, leaving them to mercilessly drown once the water rose. This is another example of lodging that offers priceless ambience, but not much in the way of amenities. In fact, the island doesn't feature plumbing or electricity, and guests have to supply their own bedding, food and water, though air mattresses and cots are provided. The 2015 cost was $300 per room per night. Of course, your local Holiday Inn would cost less and offer more amenities, but it wouldn't be on its own private island. The Dean. The Dean is sort of like the Pretty Woman of the hotel industry. Before the self-described boutique hotel underwent a dramatic makeover, it was indeed a combination flophouse, strip club and hourly liaison destination. In other words, CD doesn't even begin to describe it. Located in a historic, and therefore protected, district of Providence, Rhode Island, the building's structure and floor plan couldn't be altered once the club closed up shop. These limitations led design experts to return the building to its architectural source, circa 1912. As such, lovely early 20th century details and even beautiful mosaic tile flooring were revealed amongst the plethora of stripper poles and filthy carpeting. Although many of the original design features have been retained, the style is decidedly contemporary and artistic. This juxtaposition is fitting, seeing as how the 52-room hotel has risen from the ashes of an establishment that literally could not be more different. From single-dollar bills to single malt scotch, it's a transformation that's worth checking out the next time you're in the area. The King Room, depicted on the first page, features a king-size bed, as well as a writing desk and original artwork, starting at a rate of $139 per night.